Hello everyone, welcome to Fabres Consulting. Sushil here, business process automation consultant. So in this video we will have a very detailed comparison between Zoho and Tally. So my motivation to do this video is to empower the business owners, accounting professionals, whoever watching this video with the right insights, okay, to take a decision whether Zoho suits their business or not. Because as any software in the market, Zoho Books do have some limitations and it may not be suitable for all the industries. So those aspects we're going to cover in this video. Along with that, as you know, there is a growing trend. Thousands of businesses are migrating from Tally to Zoho. So we will cover what are those reasons and is it really help your business too. So that we will figure it out. And I also request the business owners, accounting professional, whoever watching this video, to please do comment, because I might miss some points which are very important and which are very much needed for a business owner to take this decision. If I missed anything, please do mention in the comment. If you feel I am biased and I'm promoting any of these softwares, please do mention that in the comment. Let's have a debate on this topic and empower the business owners and accounting professionals and taking the right decision and choosing the right software for their business. So with that, let's get started. Alright, before we talk about features and functionalities of Zoho and Tally, let's first understand what's their vision towards the software. Because if we can understand this, that really helps us to form our vision, adopting a software for our business. So it starts with understanding whom they built for, keeping the primary user in mind. So when you see Zoho, because when you just have a demo of the Zoho Books, you will understand that Zoho is built for business, keeping business owners in mind. Because being a business owner, you can navigate across this platform easily without much of the accounting and finance acumen. It's easy to navigate across the interface. And if you need any business report, okay, being a business owner, management, you can pull out that report easily. Even as an accounting professional also, this parameter is very important because that reduces the burden on accounting professionals. And being accounting professionals, we can focus on more high level things where we can deliver high value to our consulting customers. Alright, whereas Tally is designed keeping primarily accounting professionals in mind. If you are new to Tally, it requires a proper in-depth training and a finance and accounting acumen to navigate across the this accounting software application. And also, once you are familiar with this application, you can easily navigate across the Tally, with the keyboard shortcuts and all. You will find it easy going forward, but it requires extensive training to use. So that with that, so our next point is accounting from anywhere. So first of all, if I talk about Zoho is a cloud first software. So primarily Zoho is a SaaS-based cloud software, but based on the user feedback, they also introduced a desktop application which works on the offline mode. For example, if you are operating a retail store where there is a sudden internet issue, but you can still do the billing. Once the internet comes back, whatever the entries you did offline, those entries could be pushed to on cloud. So that's how Zoho Books operates on the offline and cloud. But whereas Tally, if you can say, Tally is desktop for software. But nowadays, Tally can also be accessed over internet. Hosting them in the VPN, AWS kind of online servers, and you can still access that. But when it comes to performance, you will feel Tally is a little slow when you operate on the thing. But even when you compare with the multi-platform support, So Zoho, you can access Zoho from any device. You can access from simple your desktop web browser using logging into the Chrome or Safari, and you can also install your desktop application in the laptop, desktop. You can access from your Android phone, Apple phone. In fact, interesting thing is like some of the Zoho Books functionalities can be accessed from your smartwatch too. So that's the interesting thing. That's really empowers business owners to get connected to their business from anywhere. And another important factor is what is their vision towards the zero data entry. Of course, zero data entry is a very ideal case, so we can't do accounting without doing any entry, but at least what are the businesses this Tally and Zoho taking their steps towards this vision ultimately to achieve and walk towards that direction. So yes, both the companies claims that they have vision towards zero data entry, but if we can, as a business owners, as a professionals, we can understand when we use that software based on the functionality they're offering. So Zoho Books offers automatic bank feed. So you can, as you can see here, Zoho Books integrates seamlessly integrates with most of the banks in India. And the credit cards and all, it pulls the bank feed in real time. Okay, so that really helps doing. And next part is like bank reconciliation. If you have a transaction of 4,000 rupees in your bank feed, and there is an expense matching towards that thing, you can easily match. And if there is no such transaction, if you want to create an expense out of the bank feed and bank entry, the entry in the bank statement, you can actually create that entry with few clicks. So that easy it is with the bank feed. In fact, Tally do support bank feeds and all, but it's not that functional. You need to download the bank statement as a PDF format or something, and we need to import that. But real-time bank feed is very limited access and in Tally. And also there is another functionality which you can only notice in Zoho Books is that automatic banking rules, workflow rules. By using this functionality, basically you can automate entries. For an example, in your bank statement, if you have an entry with keywords like Uber, Ola, automatically system recognizes that entry as a travel expense and records the travel entry in your system. Same with Swiggy. If you statement has some entry with the keywords like Zomato, Swiggy, it records them as a food expense. So this is how system works toward achieving zero data entry goal. So say another important functionality is like with Zoho, which customer and vendor portal. You can invite your customers, vendors to the portal from your Zoho Books, and they will receive a login credentials. And anytime they can log into their portal, and they can see if it is a customer, they can see their estimates, invoices, pending payments made, and the entire customer statement of account and everything. If the system is integrated with the payment gateway, they can initiate the payments from the portal itself. Same with the vendors. Vendor also can track their purchase orders, bills, payments made, everything. So this is a very interesting opportunity, and collaborating all the stakeholders so that there will be less data entry. Alright, before we proceed further, to the viewers of this video, I am exclusively offering a partner bonuses for absolutely free as a gesture of thanks. So the primary benefits would be, in case if you're interested to subscribe to Zoho, we will be offering a minimum 10 to 15% of the discount based on your eligibility. And also we offer complimentary consulting sessions. You may get up to 3 consultation sessions, each session of 30 minutes, where you can use these sessions to get your doubts clarified and proper training or whatever you need. Are you struck with something, you can use these complimentary consultation sessions. For those who registered with these bonuses, they will get links on how to book these consulting sessions with us. And also you will be getting access to exclusive training resources and material. So if you are interested, please click the link in the description and enroll. Another functionality which Zoho exclusively offers when compared with Tally, So for example, if you have some expense, some bill on a paper, you can actually scan the document, okay, and upload into Zoho. Zoho automatically reads that content using optical character recognition technology and creates that entry into the system. You need not to enter each item by item, name, details and everything, one by one. In fact, even if you don't want to scan also, if you have some bill or received as an attachment email, that email you need to just forward to a special email ID provided by Zoho system. The moment you forward that attachment to this particular email ID, automatically Zoho reads the bill attached in that email and creates that entry into the system, and whatever the attachment is came through the email attachment, that will be linked to the that particular transaction. So this kind of functionality really makes adds a lot of value if business deals with huge transaction volume and all. All right, here is the most important thing. As a business owners, we all aspire to go for paperless accounting, because paperless accounting helps us to work remotely, work from anywhere, and if you need to have access to any transaction and you also need to validate with this its attachment, some proofs or something, you can actually find that. So just imagine how about asking your office boy to go and go to rack number 2 and get that folder number 4 and get me the document. It takes 15-25 minutes for me to at least fetch the document. But whereas you're accessing that document, what you need, it's just attached with that particular transaction itself. The moment you open the transaction, and you can see the attachments which related to the related attachments. It can be a GST certificate, it can be a payment receipt which you received from vendor, which you already associated with that particular bill. How beauty it is, right? So you can actually do that with Zoho. In Zoho, you can attach up to 10 documents with any transaction. In fact, you can also attach documents with the masters also. It can be a customer, vendor, anything. So, but whereas Tally, you find it missing. Even it is missing with the cloud version of Tally. So how the Tally customers currently managing this? They are creating multiple folders for each customer in Google Drive or their local computer, and they're uploading files there. But still, you can't those attachments which you are uploading there, it won't be linked to the transactions, right? Again, it's a tedious task to browse through those attachments and all. So Zoho really solving this problem. It's really empowers the businesses. Let's talk about how these softwares empowering you with the speed and and helping you save time. So if you can see GST filing, yes, Tally, Zoho, both the software supports GST filing. But whereas Tally, you need to download the JSON file and import that file into the GST portal so that you can do it. But whereas in Zoho, you can actually file your GST returns without logging into your GST portal with just few clicks. You can see all the reports. You can see GST 1R, 2B, 3B, all the reports within the Zoho software itself. How beautiful it is. And recurring invoices, for example, if you have a customer whom you want to bill every quarter with a specific amount, you can actually create that as a recurring invoice. So once you define the period, like this, this is a customer, I would like to bill him quarterly, and this particular recurring invoice should stop after 18 months. You can define those parameters like this, and you can actually create recurring invoices. That really saves the time. In fact, it not only creates the recurring invoice, if you define the payment reminders and all, it will take care of that as well. It will ensure that payments are received. At least in that process, it will support you. And if we can talk about integrations, workflow integrations, Tally as legacy software has been in the market since ages. So there are multiple there are too many integrations available with the Tally. There is no question with that. Whereas Zoho also, it integrates with the most of the popular softwares. It can be marketplaces like Amazon, all of that. It can integrate with the payment gateways. So a lot of that. And in fact, some since it is cloud-enabled software, the integration will become easier, according to me, because I worked on integrating, Tally with various softwares as well as Zoho. I find that because Zoho is cloud, it became easier to integrate with the most of the softwares out there in the market. So another important thing, workflow automation. So you can configure workflow rule, email alerts, app notifications, field updates. Like if field value changes from one value to other, like kind of status changes to some value to another, you can actually trigger some SMS, WhatsApp notification, okay, a email to the customer. So by having all this automation, the functionality, you can actually increase the speed, the way you operate. In fact, you can set up the approval rules, okay. So for example, if there is a transaction above 1 lakh, where for that you need approval from your purchase manager, so you can actually define that rule, multi-level approval or straightforward approval. You can get that done as well. Let's see how these both softwares help you manage your cash flow efficiently. So any accounting software should help you, get paid faster. And when you are making the payments to vendor, it should make that process seamless also. So when it comes to Zoho, you can actually configure automatic payment reminders. So you need not to make someone sit at your office and call your customers. Zoho itself, the software itself takes care of sending automated payment reminders as the due date is approaching. In fact, if they have the overdue payments, it keep reminding them, periodically. So, and not just reminding them, if your software is integrated with the payment gateway, you can actually collect that amount, directly with the payment gateway integration. Like, so when it comes to Zoho supports integration with all the major payment gateways. It's like Razorpay, Paytm, when it comes to international payments, Stripe, PayPal. So all these integrations are common. Even in Tally also, you can find all the payment gateway integrations, there. So in fact, sharing the payment receipts, you can, the moment you receive the payment, you can also make the payment receipt generation automatic. Yes, both the software supports this functionality too. Another important thing which I really find interesting is like Zoho, so coming to bank feeds or fetching the automatic bank statements and all, it supports almost all the banks in India. But when you want to initiate the payment directly from the Zoho itself without you visiting the internet banking, especially if you are a current bank account holder in these banks like ICICI, Standard Chartered, and all of these banks mentioned here, you can actually initiate the payments once it is integrated with Zoho with just few clicks. So that's the beauty of it. In fact, if you're running a payroll using Zoho payroll software, you can actually deposit the salaries to your employees, very seamlessly. So now, another most important, because any company will be more, concerned about their data, especially when it comes to financial data and all. So let's see here in Zoho as well as Tally, you can define role level access. For example, if a manager logs in, he should see some data, and if the basic sales executive logs in, he should be limited to see some data. So those kind of access can be controlled in both the softwares, but in Zoho you can do little more advanced configuration also. So activity log, two-factor authentication, periodic data backups, all of that things can be managed effectively in both the softwares. Alright, these functionalities like e-invoicing, e-way bills, managing multiple branches of your organization, doing cost center accounting, audit trail, because in government, it's a government compliance that all the accounting software should have the audit trail as a mandatory thing. So All these are common functionalities in both the softwares. Reports also, you can generate any report using Tally. When it comes to Zoho also, Zoho is already have 50 plus pre-designed reports available, and if you want to configure any advanced level report, that also possible in Zoho using a add-on called Zoho Analytics. So reports wise, even a business owner also can generate whatever the report they want, with just few clicks. Even from the mobile also, they can access any report they want in Zoho. Design aspect, Zoho gives more power when it comes to design, because you can customize your invoice templates. In Tally also it's possible, but in Zoho you can do more advanced level of customization. You can also configure some custom fields, custom views, some custom buttons, all of that. So for example, let's also see, is both these software suitable for any business or any industry out there? No. So according to my experience and my clients' experiences, Zoho is primarily designed for service-based businesses or retail businesses. So any service-based businesses, professional services or consulting firms, IT companies, software companies, any e-commerce business who do trading, like they purchase the goods and they add some markup and they sell. So either they can sell in the online, offline. So any trading, retail companies. So for all of these businesses, Zoho is definitely powers you, because it integrates with the most of the online marketplaces like shipping carriers and all of these logistic providers, all of that. So you will find definitely it's valuable and worth enough to adopt Zoho Books for your accounting management. But it is not designed primarily for manufacturing businesses. Because especially the raw material to finished goods life cycle, are managing the quotations from your vendor. So all of that you find it's little difficult to manage, especially for manufacturing businesses. Even maybe Tally also may not have that functionality, but Tally do have some extra add-ons, some external third-party applications which integrates with Tally to get that used for manufacturing businesses also. Even for a companies which need a advanced level of manufacturing, they will go for a bigger ERP systems like SAP or something. Otherwise, there are some pre-built manufacturing ERP softwares also. You can use that. So whereas Tally, no, I need not to say anything about that. Tally is like vanilla product. All size of businesses, any industry of businesses are using Tally. So it's definitely, all businesses can leverage Tally. If any advanced level of industry specific functionality to be adapted, maybe you should adapt some, third party, extensions or something. All right, let's talk about what all the cons and consideration with Zoho Books. I spoke a lot of beautiful, great things about Zoho, but Zoho do have some limitations. Let's talk about them. So number one, pricing. When you compare it with Tally, you'll definitely find Zoho is little bit costlier, than Tally. But we need to see, for example, if you're hosting your Tally with any AWS or VPN, so you're paying extra bucks to that VPN also, right? So then we need to figure out what exactly the cost of Tally versus Zoho. However, you still find that Zoho is costlier. In fact, if you can see the Zoho's pricing plan also, it has some limit. They put a cap on the number of transactions you can do, the GSTANs you can associate, number of users you can add. So those will be, if you consider all of that, so Zoho is a little bit costlier with their, with their plans and add-ons and all. So that is one thing. And as another point within the pricing is like in Zoho, there is no perpetual license model. As even today, at least the desktop version of Tally will be available with the perpetual license, where you will be paying only one time and you will be using that software for lifelong. So in Zoho, there is no such thing. So either monthly or annual plan basis, you should keep paying the Zoho for using their SaaS based software. So another key important thing is there is a knowledge gap in the market. So Tally, of course, it's a legacy software. It's been in the industry since ages. So you will find a lot of accounting professionals, finance professionals who are trained and Tally. So you can easily find resources to take care of your bookkeeping and all on Tally. But when it comes to Zoho, of course, Zoho's professionals also growing. You will find certified consultants like us who are there to support you with the consultation, implementation, bookkeeping, all of that services. But comparative with Tally, you find there's a gap in the market. But my personal opinion is like Zoho, they design software in such a way that it can be easily navigate. You can easily navigate and you can easily get trained yourself on it. And there are some training videos, tutorials, knowledge base available. With that, you can train yourself. But however, especially during first 3 months period, you'll find that you're hustling for some answer and all. Another thing, see, I spoke when I talking the positive aspects of Zoho. I told you that Zoho helps you save a lot of time. Okay, but when you hear feedback from the accounting professionals who newly onto Zoho, they say that they complain that it is taking a lot of time to add some basic level entries into the system. It's real that you will hear that feedback. But it's more of a knowledge gap, I will say that, because they might not know that how to pass that entry. That's the reason they might feeling difficulty of time taking or something. And also another thing is like in Tally, Tally allows you. Tally, of course, in Tally also there is a GST, income tax deduction. So all of those things were there, but those are optional. Okay, you can actually bypass them. Okay. But in Zoho, whatever the government compliances, they update their softwares to strictly follow those compliances. So sometimes you find that system is not allowing you to pass some entry, because in Tally I seen that a lot of accountants, they do some jugaad and they adjust any account against anything by passing some JV. But in Zoho, sometimes it restricts you to not to do anything which is not compliant. Maybe it is a positive thing also, because you maintain your books following all the compliances and all during the audit also. It will be easier for you. But it's up to you to decide how you take it. So as I told you, Zoho is never designed keeping manufacturing industry in mind. So especially if you are someone who are into manufacturing, you find some key modules which are related to manufacturing, especially to manage the raw material procurement, raw material to finished goods life cycle. So those kind of things are difficult to manage in Zoho. Of course, you can customize Zoho to manage that, but it's not easier. And another consideration is that to use the advanced level of inventory management, especially the serial number tracking, batch tracking, so those kind of things. So you should again purchase another add-on called Zoho Inventory. Otherwise, you should subscribe for the higher version of Zoho Books plans. So Zoho again charging extra bucks when the inventory management involved. But you need to see cost versus investment, right? Because Zoho Inventory also gives some extra flexibility integrating with some logistic providers, online marketplaces like Amazon, and your e-commerce portals like Shopify, WooCommerce. So they do have some advanced functionality too. But as a business owner, you need to design whether it's worth enough for you to go for that or not. So When I talk about again inventory management, even inventory management also there is limitation. Some advanced functionality like bin location tracking, those kind of which are related to warehouse management. Again, because warehouse management is not that great in the Zoho inventory and Zoho books. So if you are a business where warehouse management, advanced level of warehouse management is important for you, you need to consider this fact. I think I almost covered all the key points when it comes to Tally versus Zoho comparison. If I miss any key points which definitely add value for a business owner taking a decision choosing these softwares, please feel free to comment them below. Let's have a detailed discussion, debates around that video. Based on your feedback, comments, I will record another video addressing those feedbacks and comments. So until then, have a great day. Thank you. Keep commenting, keep questioning. Thank you very much.